Hello, everyone. We are starting something new today. So I am here with four of my friends. If you want to introduce yourselves, four of my friends.
Nope.
No,
Hi,
fine.
I'm four of my friends.
Oh god.
Ah, starting off D&D the right way. This is great. All right. So, today we
Forced
are
introduction.
starting off. Yes, Moebius?
Post introduction, it is when.
We are starting off with Afterfall. This setting I have been writing for going on 4 years now, starting this in the pandemic started with a bunch of my college friends. Now we're here. This is on a stream. We're doing this. How the hell did this happen? Let's get into it.
Well, and technically, as we're in winter, we are after fall.
This is true.
Can I vote
Although-
to kick someone out the group already?
No. You do not
Okay.
have that power, only I possess it. And I, for one, like chaos. So, is chaos in the chat right now? Because that would be really fucking funny.
I
Doubt
think it's
it.
Barney.
Just Barney? Alright. Barney, get your freaking twin in here. Alright. So, let us begin, shall we? Don't say we shall not, I will hurt you.
What has the letter U ever done to you?
You don't want to know. So,
No, you really doesn't want to know.
monologue time. The world, as we know it, is but a memory. 1,200 years have passed since the fall, a series of ancient cataclysms that brought low the golden age of humanity and changed the earth to the world that we know today. The world after the fall. With a capital F, Dan. The fall shattered our world. Technologies failed and were lost. Mighty empires fell to dust, and incalculable death fouled every corner of the world. But for all the fall took, it paved the way for the wonders that exist now. Fantastic creatures only imagined in myths now walk among us, and the great gods of human past made themselves known to mortals. In a short time, humanity mastered the Earth's fledgling magic, rivaling the power of their new neighbors, the elves, the dwarves, and many more. In the centuries that followed, the people of the Earth learned how to pick up the pieces and build anew. Great nations and alliances rose from the ash. Disparate peoples worked together to create fantastic machines that blended the might of magic and technology. Airships now blot the skies like iron clouds, and clattering landships prowl the earth. Electricity and alchemy were re-harnessed, and people dare to explore the wilds once again. We live in a world where myth and science walk together in the daylight. A world where everything is true. However, despite the flourishing optimism of this new age, the consequences of the fall are not far behind. Calamity may strike again at any moment, for war and strife are more than memories in this world. This is the world after the fall, and this is where our story begins. We start in the ancient city of Boston, the cosmopolitan capital of the Federated Territories of New England and Hudsonia. Since the dawning of the New Steam Age and the founding of the North Atlantic Alliance nearly 200 years ago, Boston has become a hub for exchange, not only of commerce, but for information. For it is here that the headquarters of the Minuteman Universal Security Corporation are located. Over the past week, numerous steamships, zeppelins, and landcraft have been converging on the city with passengers, hoping to be hired by this eminent institution to become something that every child dreams: adventurers, or as they are better known in this day and age, mercenaries. So, alright, can everyone see their pictures? I just looked in here and I see black screens.
It's black screens.
Oh, there we go. And it's gone again.
Yeah.
Our intrepid
Yeah,
heroes
yeah,
apparently have blink cast on them. Give me a sec.
Yeah, I just see the thing that says "Welcome to the world after the fall."
Oh, I was
I
talking about your
think
cameras.
Oh yeah, we
I
see those.
think it's because
Okay.
you have to be tabbed into Discord.
Oh, it's already up. All right. Okay, there we go.
Yeah,
Who wants to
see?
introduce themselves first?
I will because my mom's almost home, which means the dogs are gonna go crazy. I'm Danny. You guys have seen me too much before. I'm just here. They told me to be here, so I'm here.
Now
Alright, I guess
introduce.
I'll go next.
Okay, yeah. Introduce yourselves, then introduce your characters.
Oh, okay. Sorry. No, she can introduce her character. Sorry, my bad.
I guess we're okay. I don't
Sorry,
know
I should
what
have
I'm
been more
doing. I'm
specific.
just here. Thank you. Okay. Anyway, my character that I'm gonna be playing is Tui-La. And she is a changeling, and not much is known about her. The best thing to do
Spoiler
is to wait
alert!
and figure
Spoiler
out.
alert!
You didn't tell me what to say.
You should know.
I don't.
Yeah.
There is a male elf. How do you come to Boston?
Traveling. That's it.
Yeah.
All right. How do you travel? Where are you arriving? What
I
is
don't
the
know.
method by which you entered the city? Did you fly here? Did you take a boat? All right.
God.
You walked an indefinite distance into Boston with your legs.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to hands.
Yeah.
You feel in your pockets a packet that was mailed to you with confirmation of your recruitment into Minuteman. So, I am going to need you to read aloud.
I don't like reading.
Too bad. All right. This letter.
Oh.
Go to the page that says acceptance letter.
Okay.
Fade to
Greetings,
back.
recruit. We are pleased to inform you that your application to a universal security, because I'm not reading that, has been accepted. You have shown sufficient physical and/or arcane prowess to be induced into the something family. Trademark it.
Do you want to pass this off because I know you're dyslexic?
Yes.
Wow, you picked on the
Wow.
dyslexic person?
Hey, they offered.
Hey,
Do you want dogs barking while I'm talking?
All right, yeah, no, go
Oh.
meet yourself. Go take care of the dogs. Okay, both of the dyslexic people in the audience are now on my ass now.
well, hey,
Yeah, thanks,
Oh.
guys.
hey, just to be fair, you know, she can get revenge in person later. So
Oh, I am
That
fully
is
aware
very
of this.
true.
I am fully aware of this. Everyone who isn't aware, Danny is my partner.
Cause I
All right, go take care of the dogs. All right, who wants to fill in?
what to
don't forget
read
to
the
don't forget to
to-
say trademark it.
To read the to read the letter.
the letter?
Trademark.
Yes, I guess send me the letter. I'll read it.
I sent you all the letter if you look in Foundry.
Oh, Foundry. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, it says, greetings, recruit. We are pleased to inform you that your application to Minuteman Universal Security has been accepted. You have shown sufficient physical and or arcane prowess to be inducted into the Minuteman family, trademarked. As such, we extend you into an invitation to our company home in the fair Citadel of Boston. This is an opportunity of a lifetime, promises wealth, adventure, and excitement await. Included in this letter are instructions for your arrival. follow them to the letter. Minutemen and their corporate entities will not be liable should you fail to arrive in time for orientation. Enclosed in this package is enough coin to secure your passage to the Bastion as per your requested method indicated on your application, a public transit map, and your standard orientation packet, which is also trademarked. You should plan to arrive at the. It's like you should plan to arrive at Wits End Tavern in the East Bastion no later than 7 p.m. local time for the 5th of April. There you will find lodging for the night under the reservation of Minutemen Orientation Group 2. During this time, we highly suggest you review your team's employment and employee manuals. If lost or damaged, these can be replaced by submitting a replacement message to the Minutemen HR department. So in other words, something that will actually make it your fault after orientation. The following day, you must leave the inn by 6:30 a.m. and arrive at Fenmarket Landship platform by 8 a.m. Your seats will be aboard the Landship berthed in Dock 7. Coins spent at alternative transport should spent not
Oh wait, no. What did I do?
Typo.
Yeah.
No!
Typo.
It was almost
No,
perfect!
it's okay.
Coins spent on alternative transport should you miss the deadline will not be reimbursed. Safe travels, Tui-Ho. Really? Tui-Ho.
This
Anyways.
feels like we're reading a book chapter in school.
Yeah, Jesus. Fuck. CEO of Minutemen Universal Security Corporation. Jesus Christ.
I have a point of order.
You have a point of
One
order.
strike. That's one strike to the DM.
Blame
if you have
the
anything else like
printer.
this, that's like one NPC dead. Just on site, just gone.
Oh, good
Yeah.
thing this is a huge city because you probably will never know them.
There's another typo. Oh, look, this innocent bystander will work. Stab.
Hey mom, can we go to the fair today?
No.
No. Why?
Yeah.
Well, your dad kind of bit the dust. Why? Oh, some god made a typo in the texts.
Yeah.
All right.
You pull a random guy to the side. Stab. Damn, I was 2 days from retirement.
All right. So, would you like to introduce your character, Dane?
Okay, so one, I'm Dane Roberts, a friend of Ian's, and also a fellow archaeologist, and his DM on what's about to be now 2 different campaigns. And my
Yeah.
character is a city dwarf, who he's a city dwarf barbarian battlemaster fighter. And he has arrived to the city of Boston via port. And despite having the letter, the first thing he's immediately going to do is going to go try to find a bar.
Good thing there is a massive bar in the place they told you to meet.
Oh, well then he's going to immediately go to the place.
So-
and he's like,
The ship docks, you just beeline it for the tavern.
yeah, not giving a shit if he bumps into people.
You bump into a lot of people. The docks are crowded today.
Yeah, and he's just like, ugh. He's like, get the fuck out of here, bub. Like, and just keeps moving past.
Hey, whoa, what? And someone gets knocked in their shins and gets sent into a
Yeah.
potted plant that's conveniently next to them, even though you're outside.
Yep.
Alright, you just keep going. Alright, now, next character. We have 2. Who would like to go first? Judging by your stare into the camera, it shall be UrbanHangman.
Wow. Wow. So my name is UrbanHangman. I also go by my actual name, in this case as Owen. Do D&D of my own stuff on the side, but I am playing Pascal Hendelort, sorry, a variant human of some magical prowess. Now, Pascal's been in the city a little bit, doing the odd job here and there. And yeah, I think he's just headed to the nearest place of lodging, just to kind of get a drink and just relax for a little bit.
Congrats, they've told you to meet at an inn.
Exactly.
You can get both there.
Exactly. Yeah, no, he's headed for what's the name of the place?
Breaking the fourth wall for just a half second. Someone in chat says that the audio on stream is a little quiet.
Little quiet? Which audio is a little quiet?
Yes.
Alright. Everyone speak, sing.
Ah!
Players, Discord needs to be turned up.
Alright, I got you, fam.
Little weasel out, 3'5". Face puffed up from crying in line.
Oh,
Alright.
Internet just died.
Let me know if anyone needs to be turned up. Alright. There we go. Continue.
So yeah, I'm pretty much headed for the Wits End Tavern. He arrived in Boston about 8 days ago, via airship.
Alright, yeah, so you've been here a while, you've been making ends meet, shall we say.
A little bit, yeah.
I have child.
Alright, so here we are converging on the Wits End Tavern, and now I do believe there is one more person. Moebius, the floor is yours.
Yes, indeed. One more person, and the only one without a webcam because I apparently did not get that particular memo. Anyway,
Don't worry. We'll get you fixed up.
Don't worry. We'll get to that. I'll buy myself a webcam at some point. Anyway, my name is Moebius. I am a friend of UrbanHangman's and have sort of shanghaied myself into this by replacing a player that had to be dropped at literally the very last second, and Ian was going, "Oh my god, we're going to get another player."
He was.
Yes, I was full on panicking.
He was. I had to calm him down.
And anyway, I am playing Roderic Apollo Maladrak, a centaur wildfire druid hailing from the Greenholz Park Kingdoms. And I've also arrived in Boston via airship recently. It's a bloody long distance going halfway across the world.
Your Zeppelin arrives over these fields of Zeppelin towers leading up to the East Bastion, and someone typed in chat, $20 at Moebius becomes the dad of the party of the first two sessions. Anyway, you end up docking on a...
Barney also said, "What a legend for stepping in at the last moment."
Yes, indeed. All right, now we can't answer every chat message. Yes?
Well, I have a question for Moebius. How many of those Zeppelins on the way became like the Hindenburg, being that you're a wildfire druid?
We don't talk about that.
Actually. I may have caught an accidental smolder on my way to the aerodrome, but that was quickly put out.
Luckily, there was a that you came in on an Eisenvolke Zeppelin. The Eisenvolke company, very huge company, lots of money. They had a storm sorcerer on that was able to put out the fire before tragedy struck.
All right, we'll roll with that.
Sure.
No one was happy. You unfortunately did have to stay up and coach, which, with your horse part of your body, was extremely uncomfortable. It's because all of it was just like tables and benches, and you were just kind of like sitting there in the aisle with people and sailors trying to go around you.
It's not easy being a centaur.
Jesus Christ.
Eventually, you do dock at a spire over this huge market arcade that's next to the tavern. And you're met with your worst enemy, stairs.
I would imagine for centaurs it would be more something like uneven ground or rocks, because that's
Or ladders,
what fucks up
yes.
horses.
But apparently, according to D&D stats, centaurs can climb ladders. Don't ask me how that works.
I guess, you know, using their arms to like pull up and then using their feet, sort of like a centipede. I don't know.
Funnily enough, that
I did not
discussion
need
did come
that.
up in a campaign very, very long ago. And suffice to say, I shall not repeat the resolution here.
So essentially what I have just described and or created is the human centaurpede.
Sorry, no, that's already been done. That's already been
That's
done.
already been done. I believe Hannah plays D&D, beat you to that.
Oh really? That's great.
Yeah, shout out to my good friend Hannah plays D&D. Please stream again. We miss you. Anywho.
That's great. I love it.
She's disappeared. We miss her. Come back.
Anyways,
All right.
moving on.
So, you have found yourself at the bottom of the spire, realizing that there was a full, and I do mean full, freight lift going down next to you. They didn't stop to ask if the centaur needed it. They just loaded everything on.
I am going to hold my head in my hand for a bit, shake my head, and then get on with my day and getting to the designated in the letter.
Yep. So you eventually get to the bottom. At that point, you're wicked tired as you see stalls are starting to close up. It's just the instant smell of like fresh bread and exotic spices. You pass by one stall and you just get a massive whiff of coffee as you walk by.
There's
And
gotta be coffee.
you eventually pass by a lot of handmade doilies before you go outside.
All right. So, outside of the aerodrome, where's the inn at? I don't have
Look
my-
on Foundry. Oh wait, no, I forgot to activate the scene. Only the people in chat can see it, apparently.
Yeah, because I don't see anything. I just see "Welcome to the world of After the Fall." If you can read this, you don't need glasses.
Just need to drag the players thing over to the scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There
we
you
go.
go.
Oh my god.
Maps.
and
I made them.
suddenly-
You did? What?
I did.
I thought cartographers made them.
That too. Alright. So, you have now all gathered in the Wits End Tavern, in one way or another, and for request of specific goods. You do see that this tavern is packed with people, and people you can tell probably also got the same letter you did. Because there are people dressed in partial armor, there's people like with really exotic and fancy looking staves, there's somebody with just like the most complicated goggles you've ever seen.
Oh my god.
And it's standing room only in certain parts of the tavern. The bar only has like a couple more seats open, and there's only like one table that could even be deemed free.
Jimmy is gonna make for one of the only couple of bar seats open.
Well, another
It
standing
is
spot at the
loud.
bar it
You.
is, then.
What was that?
Another standing spot at the bar it is, then.
All right, yeah. So
Very tired enough.
Jimmy, you like vault up. You got a nice high stool up at the bar. You see the bartender. He looks human at first glance, but then you realize he has webbing between his fingers, and his skin has a bit of a greenish tinge. And he's just kind of sitting there cleaning a glass, just slinging out orders as they come in, and then he eventually looks to you, and you also realize that there is a huge ass freaking centaur behind you.
He's going to ignore the centaur, and he's going to look at the bartenders like, "Give me the strongest alcohol you have."
Strongest alcohol we have. All right.
Yes.
Anything in mind that you had, or just something that'll knock you on your ass?
Let me be more clear. I feel like you based off of the statement you just told me that you thought I just meant strong alcohol. No, what I said was, give me the strongest alcohol that you have.
All right, your funeral. He picks up just this seemingly plain glass bottle with a clear liquid inside it. The moment he breaks the wax and uncorks it, there's just the unmistakable smell of almost pure alcohol. And he's
Gotta have
just
the 99%.
yeah. He looks at you. He's about to serve it to you, as he's taking out like just a small like little shot glass, and he gives you the silent, "Are you sure?"
He's just like, give me the fucking alcohol.
Slow pour into the glass.
Do I need to roll
Gives it to
not
you,
accidentally set it
Reaches
on
under the
fire?
bar for a clipboard with a waiver. Gives it to you.
He signs the waiver and just like, all right, now give me the goddamn alcohol.
It's right there in front of you, dude.
All right, he picks it up and he just chugs it all.
You chug the whole shot. Roll me a Constitution save.
All right.
Starting out strong.
Actually, yes, 19 plus 4, so
Ow,
23.
There's a very nice burn as it goes down. I mean, then again, nice burn is kind of subjective, but you're just looking for the burn.
He's like, now give me the bottle.
All right, that'll be 60 gold.
I have 60 gold actually now.
The shot itself is just gonna be a gold.
There's only 60 shots in that bottle. Jeez.
It's not.
Oh,
It's
damn.
not
He's
the
like-
hugest bottle.
He's like, he looks at him and he's just like, how about you get, because did you give us gold, Ian?
Yeah, you should have starting gold.
Yep.
From your background.
Okay, because mine, I don't see it, like, even a little bit.
Hang on. I am looking up on my phone so I don't lose Foundry. Alright, you should have in your little tiny pouch.
Okay.
15 gold.
He's like, how about this? I give you all 15 gold that I have, and I promise not to stab your fucking eyes out, and you give me the bottle.
Roll intimidation.
Oh, God.
Okay. 17 plus
Jeez.
I was hoping
Yeah.
that would be a 7.
17 plus 2, 19.
All right, man. All right, man. 15 gold. All right. It's your liver. All right. And he pours you 14
So
more
fair.
shots, recorks the bottle, puts it back, locks it, gets out another waiver, puts it in front of the door, and just takes the money from you.
Signs the waiver, starts downing them like he's in a hot dog eating contest.
All right, this is gonna be one hell of a Constitution save, DC. Go ahead and roll
Okay.
one. Move away the candles just in case.
Yeah. My dice ran off the table.
They don't
Okay,
want you
that-
to
The
roll.
dice don't want to be part of this roll. Jeez.
Yeah.
That was significantly worse. That was a 7.
All right.
Nice.
There's the 7.
All right. So, Roderic, the centaur, you just watched this dwarf sort of lose spinal stability and then fall off the back of the chair.
Into
Becomes a
me.
blob.
He does miraculously manage to finish all 15 shots.
Yep.
But not until like just collapsing onto the floor unconscious.
Yeah. So
I look up to the bartender. Does that happen often here?
Only with idiots.
Yes, I
Accurate.
was an idiot then.
Yeah. If you mind, could you like prop him up to the side with the others?
The other, and I look to the side. The bartender
There's just a
indicates.
pile of collapsed drunk people.
it's like,
Oh, you know, what did I get myself into?
Look, man, this is the
Right.
Wits End Tavern. We get the best and the worst here. You want a drink or not?
oh wait, hey, hey,
A coffee, please.
Ian.
Yeah.
I just looked at my my dwarven thing. I have dwarven resilience, which gives me advantage on saving throws against poison. Technically, alcohol is poison.
Yes,
Oh, no.
but we've already done the roll, and you now are propped up in a pile of drunkards.
Fine.
You tried and failed to retcon.
yes, yes.
Next
Well, no.
next time we'll do that. Okay.
Well, can I roll to see if he recovers?
You. How about roll to see how quickly you recover? All right, roll a Constitution save for me.
Not one. Not
Well, 16.
16.
Oh, okay.
You are out for. I'm getting out my D4. 2 hours.
All right. So randomly 2 hours later, he just goes. "Ah!"
You just burst out of the pile of drunk people. There's like a very overweight human that just flops to the side after you burst out.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Jesus Christ. All right.
Yeah.
So eventually, bartender comes back with your coffee, and he's like, "All right, that'll be 5 copper."
I pay the 5 copper. Thank you.
All right. There you go. You're welcome. Enjoy. Anything else I can get for you? Food? Anything stronger?
No, I prefer to stay awake for whatever introduction to the Minutemen is about to start, I assume.
Ah, you're one of those mercenary types, are you?
Yep.
Ah, tavern's full of them. All right. All right. Well, good luck on orientation. Just let the innkeeper know which reservation you have. They'll sort you out.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. And he
I
goes
go
over to the next
sipping my
patron.
coffee.
All right. All right. So we have 2 others in the tavern. What are you up to?
All right. Um. So my lovely character. They walk in, step over a couple people, just kind of like, bleh, don't like this. Swiftly walk to the bar, put their hands on the bar. Where am I going?
You know, that's a really deep question, but I'm not the philosophical sort.
All right, fair.
Here.
They grab a bar stool that was definitely totally not already occupied.
You just
kinda
see like a
tipping.
drunken half elf just get scooted, and she's just like, ah.
No, tipping them off, like grabbing the stool, just tipping them off and taking it.
Yeah, they just get
on.
scooted. They stumble off and they just land in like someone's chair, but they just accept that the chair now has two people.
Grab the stool, set it down, sit on it, head in hands, like, why am I here? Why have I decided to accept this?
Money, probably.
Probably.
So other than philosophy, anything else I can do for you?
No. Just confused on where the hell this letter is taking me.
Oh, are you here for the company?
Apparently. Whatever the company is, I don't care.
You know, you look like you could use a beer.
I'm not a beer type of elf. Thank you very much. Like,
You look like
offended
you-
that.
You look like you could use some wine.
Okay, fine. I'll take
Okay, that'll be a silver.
one. Like, not toss, but like very gently drop on the counter as a thank you. And
You get a very
Grab it.
stern eye roll as he takes the coin, grabs out a bottle of the house wine, pours a tall glass for you, slides it over.
they grab it, start sipping on it lightly while turning in their stool, looking at all the patrons in the bar. Some stumbling, some completely passed out, and just kind of people watching.
Yeah, no, there is a lot of people watching to be had here. You look in the corner, there appears to be this one shadowy looking guy with a hood who's just kind of sitting there. Looks like he's waiting for someone, but he hasn't moved in about an hour, so you can't fucking tell. And there are people, there's like this one woman who looks like a wizard who's just very... You can tell she's slightly inebriated, but she's just loose-lipped blabber-mouthing to whoever about whatever's on her mind. Probably very ADHD.
Respect.
You see a half-orc woman who's just kind of off to the side, chatting up another woman. There's a couple of guys. There's a gnome who has like the really complex goggles. And then you see a halfling who just randomly comes up, kicks someone's in the shin, and then runs away.
Who's one of the
All
people
right.
they kick in the shin?
It's just a random patron. It's just like, oh, what the hell? And just by then, the halfling's halfway across the bar.
Yeah.
That checks out. All right.
All right. Yeah. So there's a lot of people. Eventually, you do see someone kind of saddle up next to you. Excuse me, sir. It's just a really old man. He's got an eye patch over one eye.
I turn to him, not slowly, but like somewhat slowly, like, yes?
I seem to come up short. Do you have perhaps a copper that I can borrow for a drink?
Oh, yeah, you don't. Yeah, here, just fiddles in her bag, grabs one out, and puts it in his hand gently.
Thank you kindly. Hope you have a good night, miss. Mister.
I don't know what
Miss.
to tell you, buddy.
Person.
They nod softly as a "you're welcome" and go back to sipping the wine.
Yeah, the minute you look away and just your eyes dart back, the old man's gone.
Ah, great. I don't have to talk to anyone anymore.
And now we have good old Pascal.
So, there's a couple of groans as the chair that's occupied by two people, the person on top kind of starts to move a little bit. And then from out from underneath him, Pascal stands up and heads over to the bar.
All right, you're there. There's a space that was recently left by an old man with an eye patch.
And he grabs out a second silver that and just places it on the bar with his hand on top of it, waiting for the bartender to come over.
It takes a good couple of minutes as he's pouring a stein of beer for someone. Hands that over, walks back over to you. Yeah, what can I get you?
Oh, another one of those wines, the fruitier one, the less alcoholic.
Fruitier and less alcoholic. I think I know something you might like. One moment. And he goes back. He has to go in the back room. Comes back with a bottle, uncorks it, pours you the wine, takes your silver, gives you the glass.
I am getting change for that, right?
Just slides the coins back to you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
He counts them into his hand. How many copper? I'm assuming.
For this one, oh, so you paid 2 silver, right?
No, he's already paid 1 silver for his first drink. This is his second drink, so.
Okay, yeah, it's just a silver for the glass of wine.
Okay, that's fine then. So he pays another silver, and then he just kind of turns around and leans against the bar, looking out, producing a piece of paper from his pocket and just reading over it before tucking it back inside his jacket.
All right. Awesome. So, eventually, Jimmy does erupt from the pile of drunks. You see an obese human kind of like roll off the pile and over to the side a little bit, and then just kind of stirs a little bit, snorts a little, and then just passes back out.
Jimmy goes back to the bar. Like, and he's like, it's like, more liquor, please.
If he passes by me, I'm going to put a hand on the shoulder and say,
Yeah, my character is just like, you just woke up from, like, a god knows how long slumber. Put the glass down.
Let him have some fun.
Like,
less competition anyway.
If you live the life I have, believe me, you're gonna need as much fucking alcohol as possible.
Can you afford any more?
I can make him just give me more.
No,
right,
you can't actually.
I can't. He's too scared at this point.
No, he's scared enough that he like tilts his head a little bit, does a little bit of a tooth whistle, and you see this giant ogre-looking thing walk out and just stare at you.
And he's just like, Jimmy just walks straight up to him. It's like, who the fuck you looking at?
I'm looking at you, tiny person.
Yeah, well, this tiny person can kick your fucking ass. Like, it's like I can reach up there and rip your fucking guts out.
This place only has 2 rules: no shoes, no socks, no service, and no fighting.
That was way more than just 2 rules, but okay.
Well, the first one is sort of like a combined rule.
What the fuck ever. And it's like, I'm going to get my fucking alcohol.
Okay, the third unsaid rule is no money, no booze.
That's not what happened just a little bit earlier.
You spent money, you got booze. Am I missing something?
Yes, but I also got it for a steal. And, you know, like, what else is a steal? Getting it for fucking free.
I think you need to leave.
How about you fucking make me?
He just grabs your head and starts lifting you.
All right, and I'm gonna start punching him in the face.
All right, roll to hit this person.
Okay.
This bar
God
troll.
damn it. A 5, but I'm also a fighter, so I've got 2 attacks.
All right, you punch out, and he's literally like full arming you away right now. You're just like, eh.
I'm gonna try to break free of his grip.
All right. Your choice. Athletics or acrobatics?
They're both about the same, so I'll just roll and I'll see how I describe it. 14. 15.
Yeah, he's not quick at all. You just sort of like do like a little backflip away.
Yep. And while I'm doing that, hang on a second. Let's see, let me look at my. Let's see here. I'm gonna try to. While I'm doing that, I'm gonna try to hit him in the balls.
Roll to attack.
Hang on, I gotta fix my camera. It cut off.
Not noise. Oh no, it's a company logo. Everyone hide.
Hang on. There we go. Roll to attack. Okay. 18.
You just swift punch to the nads.
Hang on. There's one more thing I want to do. I'm going to do a menacing attack. So as a battle master,
I'm just gonna be fair here. You're gonna need to give the ogre a chance first.
well, no, but that's when I hit somebody with an attack. That's part of being a battle master. When I hit with somebody with attack, I can expend a superiority die, and I can add that die to the attack's roll, and the target must then make a wisdom saving throw. And on a fail, it is frightened until your next turn. Now it doesn't say what the DC is. So I'm assuming it's just like 10 or higher or whatever. 10 below or 10 higher. I don't know how that works with these things like that. So.
Okay, so does he have to roll a save then?
Yeah, he has to roll a wisdom save or be frightened.
Okay. He succeeds.
Okay, that's not surprising. It's like, so what's the ogre gonna do?
He's just like, oh, what is your problem, man?
I want my fucking alcohol.
Jeez, if you're that want alcohol that much, I'll just buy you one.
How many hit points do you have?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yes, I have 46.
Okay, so all of a sudden, you feel magic coursing through your body. I'm gonna need you to roll a wisdom save.
Okay. That's one of my better stats. 12.
You are suddenly locked into place. As the half elf from earlier just has her hands like this, and there's just floating runes and spectral whirls around her hand, and you see another guy from earlier. It's like, well, Look, we have a rabble rouser
Tiny
over here.
child.
And also a mini-me just came on the screen, so
Tiny child.
I will be right back. I've got to go.
The halfling comes and just kicks the ogre in the shin and runs away.
Yeah. Alright, well, I'm stuck in place. While that's happening, I'm going to go deal with my 3-year-old, so I'll be right back.
Okay.
Tiny child.
Mm-hmm. So,
my character, she's just sipping. Just walking.
alright.
Hanging out.
So, why are you here? Pascal says to the female to the or the male to the right of him.
The they.
To they. I can't remember what your character looks like at the minute.
I'll send you a picture. It's okay. They kind of turn over, kind of diagonal, like, why are you, like, the face of why the fuck are you talking to me? Like, I don't give a shit. They look at him and just go, I don't know, I got this stupid letter, and now I'm just here. I don't even know why I decided to come here.
Like this one? And he pulls it, he produces his letter again. You here for the Minuteman organization?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know why, but I guess.
Well, you must have applied. Like, if you applied, like, you've got accepted, that's great, isn't it? That's like money.
I guess. I don't, but I'm bored.
Yeah. Bored, right, okay. I suppose that's good a reason as any.
Are you lying about it?
I'm trying to think. I'm thinking. Yeah, sure. I'll be lying about it to make it more interesting.
Alright, you roll deception, you roll insight.
Oh, insight. Oh, great.
Mm-hmm.
No, don't bother.
Do you just nat one?
Yeah.
1 minute. 1 minute. What's the chances?
Bother.
1 minute. What's the chance that... Where's my insight? 1 minute. I could still nat one. Are you fucking kidding me? No actual positive or lie. I just nat one.
Alright, so you're like, I don't know, I'm bored, and you're like, well, I don't know, she's bored.
And the dice drama is well in full swing, everyone.
Oh, that's the best thing in the world.
Oh, no hazard of a life. Fuck's sakes.
Okay,
so total
Tui
of 2.
just kind of like... Tui's eyes just kind of like widen ever so slightly, just like, oh my god, that fucking worked.
Roderic, you're looking at this like, what the hell?
So
I've never met anyone who'd apply to a security company for being bored. On a side note, you two are here for that introduction as well?
yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Hmm. Nice meeting you.
Depends on if we get along. It's not. I'm not gonna say it's nice at the minute.
You hear some dwarven shouting and some more spells being slung.
It's turn to the side, like, what's going on?
Oh yeah, no, the
Like,
dwarf
there's a
is putting up
fight?
a resistance, like he's trying to get out of the hold person spell.
Tui just like turns and it's just like, oh my god, there's a fight? I'm missing something?
You're one of those.
So the ogre has just been kicked in the balls and the shin. He's just like wondering what his life has come to. You have this human roguish sort that's standing behind Jimmy and who's being held by a hold person spell from a wizard. Jimmy is still able to scream though.
Tui just smiles and nods like, hell yeah. Like pure enjoyment of seeing so like pain of other people. She's just like, fuck yeah.
Ugh, you're one of
Well-
those that like fights? Okay.
You see the bartender kind of leaning over like, yeah, one of those 4 times a year.
Ah. Is anyone
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
stop it, or are you just gonna let it keep going?
I don't know. Most of the people here are just like dramatically overpowered. I'm honestly glad that Jerry isn't dead. You know, the
Which
ogre,
one's
the bouncer.
Jerry?
It's the ogre. It's the
Oh, okay,
bouncer.
got it.
He's got a
I
name.
don't know.
It's Jerry. And you just hear it, oh, as the ogre is just still in pain.
My God. Well, I have a question. I know Jimmy's frozen, but is he able to speak?
Yes, he is able to speak.
He's just like, when I get loose, you're in, like, I'm gonna come for you. You said Jerry?
Yeah. Yeah, my
I'm
name's
gonna come for
Jerry.
you, I'm gonna come for you, Jerry. Just
Damn
keep
it,
that in
I'm just a
mind.
part-timer. I don't
Well,
get paid
you
for
should've
this
thought
shit.
about- Yeah, you should have thought about that before you decided to go above and beyond. You know what? You should have done what the kids are doing these days. What is it? Quitting?
But I love my job.
Apparently, way more than your life. And he's just gonna leave it at that.
Why are you like this?
Okay, so Tui's gonna chug, like, not chug, but like down the rest of her drink, like where the cheeks are full and you have to like swallow all of it. That
Yeah.
type of thing. Just like shove it back. She's gonna roll her shoulders, get up, and put on like this, like, she's not doing anything, but she just puts on this like performance almost. So I know I'm gonna roll. But this performance almost goes up to the bouncer, gently taps on his shoulder, like, "Excuse me, would you mind putting him down? I can take care of him and toss him out. Like, I can take care of
Putting
him
who
and like
down?
make sure he doesn't do anything."
I just had a dwarf kick me in the balls and a halfling kick me in the shin. This is the worst day of my life.
So
Yeah.
I'm so
Worst day of your life
sorry.
yet.
shut up. I'm so sorry. Your name was Jerry, right? Here, I
Yeah.
can take him and I'll just hold him and make sure that you can rest and you can heal. Okay?
Well, I think the wizard's got it, and honestly, it's starting to hurt a lot less. Oh, that is a big bruise.
Okay. It is a big bruise. So why don't you just set him down and I'll take him and make sure that he doesn't hurt
I'm
anyone.
not holding him, the wizard is.
Okay. She like rolls her eyes slightly and waddles over to the wizard. "Excuse me."
Hey, Tim, can I get some ice? You hear behind you.
Poor Jerry. Anyway, they like walk nicely over to the wizard. It's like, "Excuse me, do you mind putting him down?"
Is he gonna try and stab me in the throat?
If you give him to me, I'll
Yes.
make sure that he doesn't. No,
Yes.
no, I'll make sure that he doesn't.
Yes.
Are you sure? I have very weak throat muscles. They are very prone to being stabbed.
Tui like forces back laughter and just kind of goes, "I promise he won't stab you in the throat.
Will he stab me anywhere else? Because I don't like the way you phrase that.
I will take his daggers if I need."
You can try.
Tinier than me.
This
Not that
guy
hard.
is not giving me much confidence that he's not gonna stab me.
He's just a dog. He's all bark and no bite.
He just kicked an ogre in the balls.
And he's like, and no, dog is my half brother, who's also been trying to kill me for a few decades.
Oh my god, he's got a sob backstory too. What the hell is this?
Alright, Tui rolls her eyes and just goes, "You know what? I tried." And walks back to the bar like, "Nope.
Hey.
One of you can try."
Hey, Brian, I don't know how much longer I can hold this spell. You just see the human just like,
Is this
I
one of
don't
those
even know
spells
about
where?
it.
Is this one of those spells where like you have to make multiple rolls over time? Or
Yeah, you can
something?
go ahead and make another wisdom save if you want.
Okay. Let me look at my wisdom save modifier again too, so I can keep an eye. 15.
Oh,
Yeah, you just barely break free, but it just feels like you're being let out of a stone wall.
He's like, "Ah!" and he's just like, he turns to the wizard, like, "Hey, don't worry, I'm not gonna hurt you much."
I'm sorry, what?
I said, "I'm not gonna hurt you much." And he walks over, and he puts his hand, and he, he's like, "Here, fist bump. I promise, fist bump."
I don't trust you. She's backing
And
away further.
He rolls down his sleeves and everything, and he's like, "See, nothing, no weapons or anything in my hands."
Why are you saying it in that tone of voice? I don't. Red
No
flags
weapons,
all over
no
here.
weapons, no weapons in my sleeves or my hands. My hands are outside of my pockets. I promise you, you can see right here that I have no weapons right at all out.
Make a deception check.
14.
Hang on. Nat 20.
Got this.
So you're telling me that you also have no weapons in you, or you can't summon any weapons?
I don't have any weapons anywhere.
But are you yourself a weapon?
No, obviously I'm a dwarf.
And dwarves are famous for...
Getting drunk and smithing.
Smithing
true.
what?
Hey, that's a stereotype. We don't just smith weapons. We can smith things like ships and bridges and.
I'm not a racist. I'm not saying you can only smith weapons.
Is the phrase that racists always say?
You know what? I'm just going over here. Brian, he's yours, and he just walks back off.
I'm going to ask the bartender, so how much do we need to knock that guy out again? In terms of drinks, I mean.
I mean, I could give you the rest of the bottle. I mean, honestly, this is like chump change compared to what we make in a night. Especially on one of these nights.
Alright.
This is what I would consider a security investment, and I would argue that to my manager.
Alright, I'll take it, and I will actually pay the bartender. Like,
you don't have enough to afford the rest of the bottle. I'm sorry. Just give it to him. I'll figure out what to say to the manager.
Thank you.
Tui just like takes out one gold piece and just like lightly slides it to him, like, "Thank you."
Pockets it, nods.
With bottle in hand, I'm going to walk over to the dwarf and tap him on the shoulder and... You know, being belligerent does sometimes get results. And I wipe the bottle in front of his face.
And he's like, "All right, thank you." And he grabs it and he chugs the whole bottle like he, as fast as he can.
Constitution save.
Okay.
Goddamn.
At advantage.
Yep.
This time.
This time.
19.
Oh gosh.
You are very wobbly and on the verge of pass out.
And he's like, "That's the stuff." And he's going to walk towards the bar, but he's also going to try to like walk close to the not like right up to him, but like close to the bouncer, the security guard.
Okay, so you're close to the bouncer. The bouncer is leaning up against a support pillar that you can hear creaking, and he has just this massive wad of cloth filled with ice against his nethers.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to walk past him, and I'm going to try to pop my claws into his shin.
First of all, roll
Pascal?
a stealth check.
What would I roll to see if I can see him
Fair.
doing anything? Because I've been
Yeah.
watching him like a hawk the entire time.
Perception.
Yeah. So, okay. All right. That was an 18.
22.
Ogre does not notice. Pascal, you notice.
Oh wait, sorry. 18 plus 3.
Still,
that's my-
So 21. I still notice.
yeah. Pascal
you
still notices.
still notice.
You
still
just
notice,
barely
but
notice as blades are starting to like form themselves over his hand.
Rave enfeeblement.
Okay, and what do I got to do with that?
Ray of enfeeblement is you need to do. It's I do an attack roll.
Okay.
If I hit, you only deal half damage for attacks that use strength.
Okay.
So, grand total of 20 dirty.
It hits. So
You can only deal half damage with any weapon attacks that use strength.
it's not a weapon that uses strength though.
I don't know that. I just go. He's been fighting strong. Fuck it.
Yeah, no, these are like finesse weapons.
Yeah.
All right,
Didn't know.
yeah. So, roll to hit on your claws.
All right. Nat 20.
Oh, God.
The ogre falls. It's like I walked away.
He's like, but you walked it, but you started it first, so. Or no, you didn't. Well, no, sorry. He's like, but not soon enough.
Man, I'm just
And they
earning a
just-
living. I can't feel my foot.
All right.
bless you.
And Just so you know.
I'm going to attempt to knock him out.
Dane, you can make a con save to try and shrug off the effects of Raven enfeeblement.
Okay. Let me go ahead and do it. 11 plus 4 is 15.
It's gone. It's gone.
You just suddenly feel better, but also worse as you now again realize how drunk you are.
Yeah. That's it. That's the point.
And you have like a little stumble moment, and you see a human come behind you. It's like, all right, let's sit you down with your bottle here. Hey, Ghislaine, can you like his leg? Thank you. All right, and he just like starts guiding you back towards the bar. Yeah, you see the ranger the half-orc ranger. She comes over, casts Cure Wounds on Jerry's leg, and he's like, "Oh, I can feel my foot again."
Poor Jerry.
Man, I hate Minuteman Night. 4 times a year I have to deal with this shit.
Wait. You
I
mean
thought he
to
loved
tell me
his
that he
job.
is also here for the Minutemen? Oh, for the...
No. So
But I
like this is the tavern that Minuteman sends all its recruits to gather them so they can send them to orientation.
Yeah,
Because it's
I mean, I
literally
blurt
right
out,
next to the
is that-
aerodrome.
is that dwarf here for that as well?
You say within hearing distance of the dwarf.
Yep.
Yes.
Semi kriegst noch eins.
All right. So you're just sitting there. This random human has got the dwarf propped up. He started paying a tab for beer. And eventually you do get anesthetized enough to just sort of like sit at the bar, slumped down slightly.
Yeah, but it takes an exorbitant amount of time.
Oh yeah, luckily that he whittled you down to beer, and they found the right kind of beer with the right amount of alcohol content with the most cost effectiveness.
Mhm.
And he's like, "Oh my god, hopefully we're gonna get paid in the next couple of weeks here." Yeah, I know. It's just this guy is just soaking it up. He's like a sponge.
Ugh.
And just the looks is like the bartender looks to the rest of you. Well, I'm sorry, I had to witness that.
I thought I'd seen enough of those idiots in my time.
Hey, my nephew's a dwarf. Be careful about that.
Ian, what sort of time is it at the moment?
You notice the sun is just barely set.
Just barely set. So what, we're thinking like, 7 p.m., 8 p.m., 6 p.m.?
Probably between 6 and 7, because this is like early spring. Like very early spring.
Okay. Just wanted to know roughly what time I'm looking at in terms of, was I earlier on time, or like how early was I?
You were early enough to be there when the random half elf sort of like stumbled onto you. You've been there for a good few hours.
Cool. Yeah, Pascal just kind of wanders back up to the bar and just leans against it, gives a little bit of a side eye to someone on the chair trying to seem bigger and more problematic. Like it's not worth the time to try and win the chair from them.
Yeah, you're there. You see the centaur next to you that is just like fit enough of them in to lean over the bar, and then also this elvish-looking person.
He goes for the centaur. He is the one he targets with just basically a death glare.
Roll intimidation.
Okay.
Yeah, roll intimidation. Owen.
Own it. Nat 20 for 26.
There's something off about this guy.
Okay.
This guy? What, me or the
Well,
centaur?
you're trying to intimidate the centaur, right?
Yeah.
Roderic, you're like, there's something off about this guy. This guy has some kind of a problem. Probably some sort of psychological problem, but nonetheless, he's making it your problem.
Well, great.
Do you do anything as a reaction?
Nope, I'm just gonna go back to sipping my coffee.
It's actually delightfully nice coffee.
Pascal kind of then just sidles himself as like, ugh, fine, and just sits by and just leans against the bar, watching around, waiting for 7 o'clock, and just counting the number of other people who arrive, and then the number of people who arrive after 7.
One sec. So, There are some people trickling in after 7. You don't know if they're here as mercenaries, but there are people trickling in. And it is getting to the point where, like, everyone who came in here for, like, a meal or a drink or was a part of some sort of expedition or long-range transport, they're filing out or upstairs.
Yeah, Pascal, as he sees, like, a bunch of people start going up and talking to what he can only assume is the innkeep, he will have a wander over towards them.
Yeah, can I help you, sir?
I believe I have a reservation.
Alright, can I have the reservation name?
Minuteman Orientation Group 2, I believe is the name.
Oh, yeah, go upstairs, follow the signs. You each should have a cot in one of our single suites. Bathroom.
Sweet.
Yeah, no, it's got enough. It's got like a little wash basin. It's got a cot. They're nice and comfortable. If you need any sort of like the lavatory or anything else, that'll be at the end of the hall on each floor.
Oh, it's a communal lavatory. Oh.
Yeah, communal lavatory. Unless you want to pitch in for one of the more expensive rooms, I'm afraid that's what it's going to be.
And how much would the difference be?
You don't want to know.
Is it that much?
If you're here for orientation, you don't want to know. I can always put you in a dormitory suite, but then you wouldn't be sleeping alone.
Oh no, definitely. Yeah. Which room number? Sorry, was that?
Yeah. Just see the attendant at the top of the stairs. They'll lead you down.
Oh, okay. And he heads up the stairs.
And your company did pay for the Wakeup passage, so get ready for that.
It's fine. I barely sleep anyway. I struggle.
Not my problem. I think they sell stuff for that.
Who says I wanted stuff?
You say as you go upstairs.
Yes. He kind of mumbles it under his voice, under his breath, like.
Yeah, the innkeep sighs and it's just like, I hate Minuteman Night. All right. What about everyone else? So we have a just drooping dwarf. Our human went upstairs. We now have the centaur of attention and our nondescript elf friend.
Tui turns to the bartender, opens the letter, and is like, "What orientation to? What? Where am I going?"
Oh, yeah. See Clarence, the innkeep. He'll point you in the right direction.
She groans and like pushes herself up off the stool, waddles over, and is just like, "Hey, I was given this. Where am I going?"
Oh, yeah, upstairs. I believe you'll be on the first floor, orientation group 2. Yeah, Cindy at the top there. She'll sort you out.
Okay, deuces. She pieces out, walks up, like, I don't care.
There's an attendant that sets you up there and gives you your room.
Yeah.
You see the door next to yours close almost right when you get there. Pascal, you hear footsteps behind you.
She just kind of like, they just kind of like, all right, weird. Walks in, closes the door, like, yeah, I'm out. Plop, like, face plants on the bed, like, yeah, I'm tired.
Pascal does nothing. He knows it's Minuteman everywhere, so he's kind of just assuming it's someone else.
All right.
Been sent to their room on the floor.
All right. Roderic, you finished your coffee. What do you do?
Well, I look at a clock if there's any in the inn. I assume there is.
Yeah, it's starting to get fairly late.
Yeah. And seeing that it's a bit past the time, before getting to the time, I'm going to wander up to the actual innkeep and ask for where I am supposed to be going with Minuteman Group 2.
Yep, go upstairs. One of the maids will sort you out.
Alright, thank you.
I am afraid we don't have any sort of elevator for you. I know not the most equine-friendly place.
One flight of another few flights of stairs don't hurt.
Yeah,
We
we don't
trekked
get
all
we
the
don't
way
we don't
down
get
from
very
the
many
top of the
centaurs around these
arcade.
parts. So
Well, can't be any worse than getting down from the top of the arcade.
ooh. Oh, they made you do that? Normally there's an elevator.
Yeah, I noticed. After I went down the stairs.
You know what? We'll give you a fruit basket. Get your ass up there, get to bed. You got an early start.
Very kind of you. And
All right.
Roderic just stifles a yawn and heads upstairs.
And Jimmy, you've regained barely enough coherence to realize how late it is.
All right. He gets up and he's like, he pulls out the letter and he's like, all right. I'm assuming that's where they're fucking going.
Yes.
Okay. And so he's gonna walk. And I have one more question: is the bouncer still around?
He's gone. He's taking the rest
What
of the
about
night
the-
off. The innkeep felt bad.
What about the wizard that held him?
You can't see her.
Can I roll a perception check to find her?
You can certainly try.
19 plus see what's plus 5.
19 plus 5. Yeah, so not a lot of people are down here right now. You would assume anyone who's here for Minuteman has gone up to get some sleep before they have to get up at an ungodly hour tomorrow.
All right, he's just gonna go up and lock down.
There's a yes, you're here, orientation group 2.
Yes,
Oh, right, this way. What's your name, by the way?
Jimmy Logan.
Jimmy Logan. Jimmy Logan pulls up a chart. Oh, yes, right here, Jimmy Logan.
Mm-hmm.
Opens the door for you, waves you to go inside.
Goes inside.
So you hear footsteps as she walks away. The door is still slightly ajar. You see, like, a nice little cot. There's, like, a little, like, tiny desk with a little candle. There's a wash basin near the door. Otherwise, it's a pretty plain room.
Okay.
And there's
And
al-
he just
And there's also an oil lamp
So-
just caused.
he goes to the bathroom, which I will not describe, but you know, he goes to the bathroom to get all of the poison out of his system.
Yeah. You can do that in the wash basin, or you go all the way to the end of the hall.
He'll just go all the way to the end of the hall.
Alright, there is an ungodly noise for about 20 minutes, and then it's done. You don't hear it again, everyone.
Yeah.
As he's walking down the hall, Tui opens the door to do the same thing. Sees him going and just closes the door. Like, nope, nothing.
Like,
All right.
the picture I have in my mind is like the bathroom scene in the movie Beer Fest.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Alright. So, yeah, you do your business. You go back. The bed, for being like a bare bones cot, is actually surprisingly comfortable, and the sheets actually have a okay thread count.
He doesn't really care, given he's a soldier. He's used to sleeping in much worse places.
Mhm.
So
Ooh,
Yes.
ooh.
Yes.
No, I'm just thinking of something. Sorry.
Okay,
Ignore
no.
me.
Yeah, no, it's just, yeah, so you all are resting. You eventually fall asleep, except for some of you who are more nightmare inclined. You hear through the very thin wall.
So yeah.
Nightmare inclined, but there's also like mumblings, like, or just like weird, like faint conversation can be heard. Only like half of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
So.
you hear throughout the night as Jimmy's sleeping, him occasionally waking up and going as he's having, night terror, horrible night terror dreams of things from his past.
At some point, you hear some like heavy stomping as the ogre opens. Like, "Hey, we gotta complain about no." Never mind. Then he closes the door.
I can only imagine like the look that Jimmy gives him is that we gotta complain about no. Like, do you really want to cross this line?
Yeah, so he leaves. You all fall asleep with your variations of snoring and screaming.
Yeah.
Was there something Tui wanted to do before they slept?
Fine. Tui in her room, she goes to the door, double checks that it's closed and locked, if that's possible. I'm not sure if there's a lock on the door.
Yeah, there's like a cheap sort of latch lock.
Good enough. She latches the lock, I guess. Locks the door. She locks the door and fixes the cot into like not a ball, but like a little, like, you know how you throw a blanket on the floor? That type of situation. Where she just kind of tosses it on the floor into this little ball shape as her body morphs into a dog wolf type creature, and she curls up and pops down softly on the floor and just conks out.
All right, you do so. All right, and looking at the time, we shall take a short 5-minute break. So let us recommence in
Thank God I'm hungry.
4:36. All right, yeah, go get some food. We'll be right back.
Banana.
And we are back. Welcome to
We're back
After
to
the
the dawn of
Break,
time.
After Fall. So, haha, that is not clever whatsoever. Why are you laughing? Anyway. So, suddenly, for those of you who forgot to shut your curtains, the light of the morning stabs you ever so graciously in the eye holes.
I was
He
already
did not
awake.
hurt you. Yeah, like Jimmy Logan's already awake. He's a soldier. He's up
Yeah.
at the ass crack of dawn.
Alright, so Jimmy, you're awake. Sun's streaming in. Anyone who's not currently awake, you hear just the loudest pound, pound, pound at your door.
Jimmy Logan opens the door and is like, "What the fuck do you want?"
You see just like a teenager there with like a giant stick with a cloth wrapped ball at the end. And he's just like, it's your wake up package, sir.
He's like, "All right," and he just grabs it.
Oh,
He's like-
Tui,
no, it's the wake up package. So literally they just woke you up.
Oh, they just woke you up, and he's like, "I've been awake."
Oh, I didn't know that, sir.
He's like, "I'm gonna steal so many of your shampoos and soaps, and I'm not going to hide it at all."
That's not my problem. I just got paid to wake people up. I bid you a good day. I have like 20 more rooms to do in the next 20 minutes.
room every minute.
I'm surprised you didn't do something like they have sending stones in each room that somebody could just like yell in there. What are you doing?
No, certain things you don't need magic for.
Yeah.
Just have fun with it.
Yeah.
Tui already being awake, already being herself or themselves, already awake. The minute that the first like bang on the door happens, they run up to the door and bang back like the exact same kind, and then they open the door like thanks, and then shuts the door like trying to scare them.
All right.
Pascal
19 more
also,
doors to do.
Pascal
going
also being
down.
awake. Does he hear the footsteps coming down the hall?
You hear like a tuk, 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 tuk.
Okay, Pascal, as he hears the footsteps getting closer to his door, he like gets up and kind of like tiptoes over to his door,
All right.
and as they stop outside, he just opens it.
Hi.
Hi.
18 more rooms, and it just continues. Alright, finally gets to yours, Roderic, and you hear the bum, bum, bum.
Ja, bitte. Habe ich irgendwas angezündet, oder?
Was that
I didn't
English?
understand a word of that. Alright. 17 more
The
rooms, let's go.
drums and the drums in the deep.
It's like every time you wake up from a really deep sleep, no one speaks English.
Yeah,
What do you mean?
so you
We're
know
speaking
that...
North speak.
Yeah, we're speaking North Speak. Get with the program. All right. So, there are like small little timepieces on your desks, just little like tiny ones, and they do say that it's relatively 6 a.m.
Okay, sweet. Tui takes their sweet time.
You have
Gathering
half an
your
hour.
Sweet time. Okay, they take like a couple minutes, I guess. They don't have much in their bag. They can take a couple minutes, grab all their stuff, shove it in a bag. No organization at all. Unlatches the door, walks out, leaves the door open, so like they know that they're out and that there's no one in there, and makes her way down to the bar and just like sits and plops their forehead on the bar.
So
like, nope, I'm done.
they have the bar cleared, and there's like a couple overflowing baskets of whey bread, and like a huge industrial tank filled with black coffee.
Accurate.
Mm-hmm.
And there are like cups
But, like,
and
the
everything for
bar-
people.
Yeah, like the bar's here, the bonk, just like, yeah, I'm done.
And there are
Like,
people
I'm
like,
alive, but I don't want to be.
yeah, there are people like reaching over you to get some of like the bread. There's like elves like carrying off little pieces of it. There's a halfling that grabs like 5. Then there are people reaching over you, getting the cups, filling their coffee, filling it with whatever they
That's
want,
fine, they
and then
can
walking
suffer.
off.
Yeah.
Roderic is going to be down next. Basically, he just does the biggest stretch ever for a
Oh.
horse. Puts on
Biggest
his
horse
clothes
stretch.
and then
Wait,
grabs the fruit basket he was given yesterday and trots down to get breakfast.
Yeah,
I
so
need to
you,
know. Did he sleep standing?
No,
Yeah.
Oh, alright.
he can move.
Okay. Oh,
okay.
loping horse. Oh.
Yeah.
That'd be so cute.
all right.
And all right, Jimmy's gonna go down and he's gonna get the biggest cup of black coffee possible, and he's gonna get as many of the loaves as possible. The scene I have in my mind is, do you remember that scene? No, Han, do you remember that scene from Parks and Rec where Ron Swanson and the dad of Ben like get to the bacon wrapped shrimp and they just each give each other like death stares? Like, that's the picture in my mind that's happening. Is he shows up and he's
Oh,
giving
God.
everyone a death stare. And it's like he sort of like, try and grab the rolls before I get my fill.
Yeah,
Kinda
you
thing.
you get as much elven way bread as you can fit on your plate. And even
Yeah.
then some, as you're like stuffing it under your arms and shit. And you
Yeah.
walk away, and then just like a waitress, as the people are coming around grabbing their loaves, just with another overflowing basket of white bread.
So basically the CC's pizza treatment.
Basically.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, basically this happens like, shit, we don't have enough time to cook for like 25 people here. So,
Pascal.
Basket for the win.
Pascal's the last one down, and he kind of walks over, sees the big, like, what was it, a vat of like coffee.
yeah, it's just like this huge industrial tank of coffee that's like squeezed between the bar and the ceiling.
Okay, so he kind of he walks over to that and grabs a cup.
Mm-hmm.
And pours himself a coffee, but then from the inside of his jacket, pulls out like a little flask, and he kind of inverts it and shakes it a little bit, getting the last couple of drops out, and then goes and finds a quiet corner to eat his loaf bread before he departs.
All right. So, you all have your bread and coffee, and one of you a fruit basket. Jimmy, you get through like 2 of those, and you start feeling full. And you have like 35 more.
Well, I would imagine, given that I have a +4 on my constitution, just narratively, that like his metabolism is really, really fast. You know, so
I can work with that.
Know,
You're able to go through maybe 6.
yeah,
And then you feel stuffed. Like if you ate any more, like just you don't want to imagine.
and he's just like, well, I'll be keeping these for later. Grabs a tablecloth off of somewhere and just ties them up in a bindle-like thing.
All right, yeah, you just add a satchel of elven whey bread to your inventory.
Okay.
How much does this whey bread weigh?
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask.
Gotta weigh a lot. It's called whey bread.
Or
All
weigh
right,
little?
each little piece of whey bread, let's see, is a pound.
Okay. Let me.
35
It's
pounds
it's thick bread, like thick.
Oh, what? So, like, what? 33 pounds of whey bread.
Basically. Or no, 30.
30. You said 35
Yeah,
when you
yeah,
had eaten 4, so.
Yeah,
30.
yeah. So 33 pieces. Of 33 pounds.
Excuse?
That's a lot of bread.
All right.
That bread is thick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It
Yeah,
is
you have the elves that are
chunky.
just like, oh, take a nibble, and then you just have the people that are like, wow, bread.
No.
Never mind, man.
Do you want me to do a strength check to see if I can lift it?
Do you exceed your carrying capacity?
Let's see here.
my lord.
What's my carrying capacity here?
I believe it's under
no.
your inventory.
No, you don't?
No,
All right.
I don't.
Then you're just like, yeah.
Well, my strength is 13, so I have like a +1 on my strength. So
All right, yeah. So it's like you do a little bit of an, and then you have it on your back.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, you have 33 pieces of whey bread.
Yep.
Yep. And you have now also weighed bread.
Yeah.
All right. So,
DM, question.
player answer.
Perfect. How long's like the journey time from here to
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Dock 7?
It won't take you long, because you all, if you check your journal, have gotten a map of the city's public transit.
I don't.
Yeah.
I'm aware.
Where's my map?
It should
It's
be
in the correspondence.
Your Minuteman correspondence.
Okay.
And we are Aerodrome Terminus, and we're going to where?
You need to go to the
Fenmarket.
Fenmarket. Yes.
I got it.
All right.
Okay, so we're literally going to the other side of the city.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, great.
All right.
Okay.
Well, Jimmy Logan's gonna start making his way there
All right.
with the whey bread.
All right, so you're weighing your bread all the way to the station. It's a short walk, and as it's pushing on 6:30, you see a tram arrive and is stopped.
Okay. So he's.
Sorry, continue.
No,
There's
I was
like,
just gonna say.
yeah, there's a little electric apparatus on top of it.
Okay. So I guess you're saying he's making his way downtown and walking fast to where he needs to go.
Yeah, so you climb on board this tram. It looks like
Yeah.
it has like like a really weird looking Tesla coil on top of it, and it just makes a low sort of humming drone just constantly.
Okay. He's just gonna like, a Tesla coil. Well, you can just smell the nepotism and the inefficiency in it.
So the thing is in this world, because of magic, Tesla coils work.
That's not what I was getting at.
Oh, yes, I know, but
Well, that's where you are now.
that's where we are
Yeah.
now. Yeah, so, do the rest of you go on the tram? You're running out of time.
Pascal, how busy is the tram?
It's filled with mostly mercenaries because you have a bunch of people checking either employee manuals or the letter itself.
Yeah, no, he jumps on. How much is it going to cost?
Oh, it's completely free.
Oh, he definitely jumps on.
Yeah.
How full does the tram look?
It's getting there, but there's still room.
Yeah, I'm gonna get on before there's no more room.
All right, yeah. You see the conductor is like, oh, the horse is a part of you. Make way, clear room at the back.
I have a question for the centaur. How much literal shit are you leaving in your wake?
Well, I think he'd have control over it.
Well, yeah, because the horse is just like, I
am
need to do
a
it.
civilized centaur. Thank you very much, sir.
Yes,
He goes
and
behind
in
bushes.
yes, and in cities during the 1800s and early 1900s, there was literal piles of shit within the cities. Civilized doesn't necessarily mean anything.
I am not a horse.
Yeah, and people used to pour their shit out into the streets too.
You just see a horse-drawn carriage start going by you. The person's like got a little whip, and there's like a little like sack hanging under the horse's ass as they run along. It smells terrible.
Yeah.
Also seems right. I was gonna say Tui at like a bit earlier than we're talking about. I was gonna say that they get outside, like deep breath of air, do a little stretch situation going on, and just speak to themselves, being like, "Oh, great! Now I can go on my run to get to the wherever the hell I'm going." And they secure their satchel and their stuff inside and just beeline basically for where they're going.
So you don't get on the tram.
Nope.
All right. You're walking along. So Pascal,
Jogging.
you're jogging along. Pascal,
you.
have you gotten on the tram yet?
Yeah. He was on the tram,
okay.
like before the centaur.
All right. So the tram starts going. You hear like a sort of hiss as brakes release, and just a sort of as the Tesla coil zaps a fly. And
Poor fly.
and you continue along, and you're speeding at like a good clip. And as you're walking along, you see in the street a familiar-looking elf person just zoom by. Yeah, Tui, you just see the tram.
There.
Yeah, you see the tram just go right past you.
Is it like the bullet train in Japan?
Oh no, it's like so you know like a city tram.
Oh, okay.
But because it's early enough and the streets are mostly empty in this quarter, it's just fucking zooming.
It's just going.
Zuma, 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 zuma.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll a die real quick, just to see how much you gotta make up for time.
Oh, great, thanks.
Yeah, the rest of you see just like an overturned horse cart with like apples just all over the place in the middle of the tracks, and there's like a guy trying to clean it up, and the tram is just like, "Hey, you're in the tracks!" And it's just like, I know, I'm trying, I'm hurrying. And at this point, Tui, you're like running.
Yeah. Can they like walk by like, see ya, and could it like laugh, like not laughing, but like a little giggle of, haha, you're so down.
Oh, you don't get on the tram.
No.
All right, not too long. You are like walking over this like huge ass steel bridge over the harbor, and after a little bit, you see the tram just started going past you again.
God damn it!
You guys are like well on your way. You've entered the Citadel. These like huge buildings coming up behind you. As you're passing, you see the wizard from before, like, the Minuteman building is the tallest building in Boston at 55 stories.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and then it just goes by, and then you see like a huge ass freaking Tesla tower to the north of the Citadel. You stop in the station for a little bit. You're waiting there. Tui, you're still on the bridge.
Okay, it's okay.
Tui made a bad decision.
Yeah,
And
it's a very bad decision.
Also,
okay.
also, you had an hour to get to the other end of Boston.
Okay. Fine. Fine. Then Tui takes a minute, looks where she has to go, or they have to go, does a little math, you know the math meme where all the symbols, yeah, that situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're looking at the map and
they,
you're like, oh, I'm still here.
and they go, you know what?
Yeah.
They go, you know what? Screw this. And as they continue to jog into a run, an extra pair of legs start to form from their arms as they shift into a horse-like creature similar to her friend that she met not that long ago to shorten her distance that she has to go.
How many people are around?
There's just like one person, like they're just like
You will
walking
never believe
over. They're walking over. They're like pulling their own cart behind them. There's like an automaton next to them that's got like a huge ass sack over their back, and they both just look at you.
Tui just looks over like they will never believe you. And he continues.
So
New
eventually,
urban myth achieved.
So eventually you get off the bridge, you're in the Citadel, you follow the line there. It's significantly busier here.
Oh, great.
You start to get to the station, and you're like, alright, so, we're sitting here in the station, should we get off, get like a coffee or something? When you feel just the tram start to go forward, and you see a weird, wonkish looking centaur running up behind the tram.
I did not say centaur.
You said like your friend.
So, yeah, you said like your friend you just met. Okay, similar is like.
Okay, fine.
It's just remember, Danny is dyslexic, so words don't mean
Thank you.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are words
exactly.
for?
I
Yeah,
wouldn't get it.
Given
All
what I
right,
know
all right.
about
So-
how changelings work, am I about to meet my doppelganger?
No, changelings and... Or actually, wait, roll an arcana for me quickly.
Who?
Who?
Roderic.
Ah.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the owl.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, actually, given that Jimmy Logan is a soldier and has fought in wars and might know some things, do you want me to, like, roll something?
It's just the centaur wondering if they've met their doppelganger.
Okay.
And with a dirty 19.
Dirty 19. Alright, so a 19. On a 19, changelings and doppelgangers are not the same thing. If it is your doppelganger, your days are numbered.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Well, bugger.
If it's a changeling, on the other hand, it's probably a weird-ass fucking changeling to be able to do that.
If it's a changeling, that means that there's some poor child stuck with the Fae.
That's neither here nor there.
Once Tui gets where she's going, she does a little like scan around, finding any type of building or something just big enough that she can quickly change behind and like walk out
You
like
have
nothing.
one steel girder between you and the currently moving tram.
Oh my god.
I
Okay.
swear.
Question from Pascal's side. Does he, first of all, see Tui?
Perception.
Yeah, what about
He doesn't see
Jimmy
Tui.
What about Jimmy?
Jimmy, roll perception, please.
Okay.
I'm just.
20.
What was
I
that?
was going to say,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
going to go with nothing.
Nat or
Yeah.
nat or dirty?
Nat 20.
Nat 20, you're just like, what the fuck? As you look over and see this really wonky centaur running after the tram.
He just goes, "Oh, why can't we have just normal people?"
Never.
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 He's like, you can't trust any changelings. He's dealt with changeling assassins and spies and shit in his time as a soldier and wars and such.
That's actually very lore accurate, and you would be like, oh, fuck, another changeling.
Yeah.
Wait, does he know? Does he know that the other centaur is Tui though?
Are you
'Cause you said
using
that he's here, yes,
you using your own face?
No.
Okay, then you wouldn't know it's Tui. You would just be like, what the fuck? Because it doesn't look like a normal centaur.
Okay, but is the other centaur on the? So are they exactly the same?
Not
Is my
exactly.
question. Okay, so it's just another centaur. So okay, in that
Yeah,
case,
you
it's just
are
like,
okay. Yeah, you wouldn't be. Yeah.
yeah,
If you were
he'd be
looking
just sort of
at-
like, he's just sort of like, why the fuck is why is the centaur trying to do this? Like, come on, now. Yeah.
If you are
fun.
looking at Roderic at the time,
Flickering.
yeah, lookering. Roderic has this look of what the actual fuck, and then seconds later the realization shifts to, oh shit.
Yeah, so you can like do like a quick change behind the pillar, and then you will have to roll to catch up to the tram.
Okay, that's okay.
All right, so you're running behind the pillar. Suddenly, you're your Tui self again. I'm gonna need you to roll me athletics or acrobatics.
Give me just a second. You said acrobatics or athletics?
Whichever's better.
Or worse, your choice.
They are the exact same.
All right.
Oh,
Exact same as good or exact same as terrible?
Medium.
Medium.
Dirty 19.
So a 19. Okay. All right. So with a 19, you're like, and you just barely grasp a hold of the tram as it keeps going down the street.
Oh gods.
You're like hanging
mental
off.
image right now.
Yeah, you're just like swinging into the tram, and you're just standing there like, I made it.
Oh, I was
Hour.
going on the. My mental image was Tui hanging on with her hands and her feet just floating
Yeah.
in the air like a sailor.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking.
with a 19, you just barely avoided being like hanging on to the
Just
train
had our
with just
breath.
your arms. Yeah. So,
Okay,
all right.
once she gets on, like once they get on and like get their footing on probably the edge of the tram, they just kind of like stumble forward and just like slump down into a little ball. Like, why did I choose this?
Are you around any other people when you
I
do
have
that?
no idea.
You're in a full
If
tram.
I am, who cares?
You're in a full tram, and I do believe the centaur
That's
is in the
fine.
back.
Hey,
They, like,
can I
Puts her hand on the ground, like catching their breath.
can I roll can Jimmy roll a perception to see if like he heard or saw her jump onto the tram to try to do that?
What's your passive?
My passive
10 plus mod.
10 plus my modifier.
Yeah.
My passive is 13.
Yeah, you'd just be like, oh, there's someone on the back of the tram.
Yeah. And also the question is, because she just said, why did I do this? Did you say this out loud or?
Well,
you're-
like under the breath, like, oh my god. why did I do
Are
this?
you near the back of the tram?
Yeah.
Yeah, then you would have heard.
He goes, I don't know, because you're stupid.
They
Ouch.
like snap their head up. with eyes wide of like anger, and then then they just look at him and just go, "I'm too tired for this," and just like back down to catching their breath, like this stare of death, and then just like, I don't care,
I can't do this.
I can't do this shit. Like a mob
He's
that's
like,
like,
you know-
whatever.
So
He's like,
it's,
if you just got onto the tram earlier,
all right. So it's just you see some people beside you, just kind of like, just like the shoulder laugh.
Oh yeah.
They're trying to hide it. Yeah. All right, so you continue speeding along. It stops, like, snaking through streets and just suddenly hits a straight as you go past these huge government buildings on one side and a massive stone wall on the other.
Nice.
fun.
And eventually
Hey.
you zoom through a gate, keep going straight. You're still going straight, you go through another gate, still going straight, except now it's just sort of like shanties and ramshackle buildings. And eventually...
I was gonna say I love the NASCAR level of narration.
Hell yeah.
I'm introducing you to Boston in Afterfall. Anyway.
Lots of streets and trams and a little bit of buildings.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm helping
Accurate.
you situate. You'll see more as time goes on.
What about Situ 9?
Yes. Anywho.
Ca-
So
1 minute. I just need to permanently mute Dane.
all right. So you eventually stop. There are like huge market stalls around you, buildings behind them. You could see almost anything you could want. It's not the same variety that you saw by the aerodrome by any means, but it's just like you got food, you got clothing, you have like books, you have secondhand items, and you see a bunch of people filing straight through some metal gates to these platforms surrounded by these massive metal monstrosities that you know as land ships.
Is that where we're supposed to go?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So Jimmy has no time for any other bullshit. He just keeps going.
Does anyone stop to pick anything up, or are you just going straight ahead?
After that fiasco, no.
Yeah.
What did you say? Do we walk past any shops of like value?
On perception.
You know what?
That is Dirty 20.
Yeah, you see like a small collection of stalls that are like a little like mini flea market setup, and you see some very valuable looking but heavy metal objects like, you know, vintage bookends and such, and like candelabras.
Anything that he could, in theory, grab and go without being noticed.
Remind me what your roll was again?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Yeah, you see some like a very valuable looking picture frame that's made out of bronze.
What would his estimate at the price be for the raw material versus the item itself?
Depends where you sold it. If you sold it at like an actual market, especially through a fence, you could probably fetch a decent price for both material and item itself. It depends on the buyer.
Okay. Is the stall busy or quiet at this time of day?
Fairly busy.
Okay, he's going to kind of meander off the path and try and just pinch that off their stall without being noticed. He waits like an opportune moment where the vendor his attention's being drawn by someone else to a different portion of the stand.
All right. Roll me a sleight of hand check.
Sure. That is a 15.
You managed to pinch it, but the shop owner sees something from the corner of their eye. They're like, huh? You're not sure they've noticed you, but they can tell something is amiss.
Okay, he's gonna like he's gonna pick someone out of the crowd
Mm-hmm.
that he could potentially dump this on, who's walking
Keep in
walking
mind,
away
this
from.
is an object made out of bronze, which is very heavy.
How heavy?
It's like a good couple pounds at least.
Oh, I thought it was when bronze picture frame. I thought like something small, like you'd put it up and hang it on your wall, like a small one, not a huge bronze one.
not like a little cameo. This is like a picture frame.
Oh, then he doesn't bother. Then.
Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't bother? Okay.
No, he wants. He's looking for stuff that he could kind of like grab in one hand and kind of like tuck into his jacket.
With a dirty 20, then, if you're looking for something lighter, I would say you have like a nice cameo frame that could be used to hold a daguerreotype or some sort of photograph like that. It's not going to be the most valuable thing, but you could definitely like pawn it off or something.
Are we talking silver or gold value? Or copper?
It's probably
just the coin type. I don't care about how much.
Coin
just
type for a small cameo like that. I'd say probably in the silver range, or
yeah,
like or like a handful of gold.
Not worth it.
All right.
Yeah, he kind of meanders over by the stalls, and then seeing nothing of value, kind of picks up the pace a little bit to kind of fall back in with the rest of the Minutemen people going towards the landship docks.
Yeah, just from your little failed adventure, you would recognize that the Fenmarket is more for like everyday goods.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd find more valuable stuff other places.
Yeah. I'm gonna amend my original statement a little bit. So Jimmy's gonna look for he's gonna see if there's any hats he fancies, and also he's gonna look for some any booth selling alcohol, like flasks, and he's going to try to just swipe them away, when people aren't looking.
All right, yeah, you find like a nice pewter flask.
Okay.
That definitely won't give you lead poisoning.
Yeah.
Hat, you do find like a nice haberdasher stall that has like derby hats, top hats.
And he's looking specifically for a cowboy hat.
Perception.
Okay. 7 plus 10.
Not at this stall. This is more like a felt goods haberdasher.
All right. Well, he's not gonna give a shit about that, but he's gonna try to make off with the house.
All right. So you're gonna get the flask?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to steal it away while they're not looking.
Sleight of hand.
All right. Damn it. It doesn't work. I got a 4.
Excuse me, sir.
I'm gonna try to intimidate him to let me take it.
All right, intimidation.
That's much better. Your intimidation 12.
You see their eyes flash a strange color. Excuse me, sir.
He's like, I'm gonna take this alcohol.
There's no alcohol in it, that's just a flask, and I do expect you to pay for that if you're taking it away from my stall.
No. Well, no, sorry. Let me rephrase that. He goes, oh, there's no alcohol in it? Never mind then. He just walks off.
Strange people you hear as you walk off.
And he just flips them off, you know.
Yeah, no, their eyes like flashed bright purple as you tried to take it. They were probably not human.
Oh, no shit, but neither is he. So, I mean...
They were, let me put it this way, they were probably not mortal.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so you continue on. You are now at the land ship. You go to platform 7.
Yeah.
And you see the land ship right there, and emblazoned on its side is land ship number 7.
And he's just like, Jimmy just goes, so creative. And as he rubs his face in annoyance and just walks on the ship.
Yeah, you walk onto the platform, go up the stairs. Yes, Roderic stairs.
Yep. Again.
Poor Roderic.
Now, oh my god, with how many stairs you're making the centaur climb up. Now I'm thinking of that scene from The Road to El Dorado when the horse is having to climb the steps to the Mayan temple. And it's just like gasping for air as it finally gets to the top.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just Roderic, you're just like, there are stairs everywhere. Alright. Yeah, so you get up the stairs. You get into the land ship. There are a few more stairs. And then you're finally in the main passenger compartment, which is really fucking cramped and overheated.
Oh, great.
Is there a way up onto like the top deck where you're not in the passenger compartment?
Yeah, but you're in the way of practically all of the operators.
Are the operators smooth?
One is. They have a very great skincare routine.
And they're bald, probably.
Yeah.
Hey,
Clean shaven.
when you're working around charcoal all day.
Oh.
Okay,
Charcoal's
so
good
yeah,
for
no, he
skin.
goes and finds like a dark corner in the passenger compartment and kind of sits out of sight and just kind of hunkers down, basically keeping enough space around him so that he doesn't get claustrophobic.
Alright. Yeah, you're able to do so quite well, and you notice, like, in the same corner is the half-elf wizard from earlier, who's just continuously prestidigitating the heat off herself and wiping the sweat off her brow.
Yeah. See here. Is this just like a passenger thing, or are there like
Yeah,
places to eat?
imagine a bus and a train combined. And it's on 10
a
treads.
bus and okay, interesting.
It's a road train.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically a road
here's,
train.
Now here's my other question. So you know how like city buses and like subways and such have both seats and the little like bars and or straps to hold on to when
Yes.
there's no more seats? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, so
And there's also overhead storage.
all right, Jimmy's gonna shove his satchel of bread into overhead storage, and he's just gonna stand there holding onto one of the strap bar things, watching it the entire time to make sure nobody takes it.
Yeah, so you're there for like another 15 minutes at least, before everyone files on. Tui, where are you?
I just follow the others on and just kind of grab a seat or grab a spot. Doesn't matter if it's floor or not, and just plop down, hold my satchel in my arms, and just kind of rest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you're sitting there. You hear below you there are stokers in the engine. They're bringing up the steam. You hear valves creaking, metal and wood groaning, and people shouting above you as you notice the craft slowly start to move. And just straight out, you kind of get like a weird sensation as it turns, and then goes right out the gate. And you're like that for like 3 to 4 hours.
So basically, any domestic airplane flight, essentially.
Basically, you're in this extremely hot sweat box above a coal engine, surrounded by people shouting, trying to control the damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you're rolling along, you see countryside rolling past.
All Jimmy Logan is thinking is like, reminds me of back when we would drop into battlefields, like from cargo zeppelins or whatever the hell you've cooked up for like the equivalent of like, military transport airplanes.
Oh yeah, the military transport would be extremely cramped.
Yeah, so he's just like, okay, this is just like any other time.
Yeah, so you head out of Boston, and you make your way southward, if you want to check.
We can't see it because
I can't
fog
see
of war on.
anything.
And
I got fog of war on.
I just see infinite darkness. I feel
I'm
like that.
following Owen's little dot.
Just
That's what I'm
drag
doing.
your token on, chuck it up in like a corner or something.
I don't
there
know
we go.
where
I
my
got it.
token is.
There we go. So
Drag
let
your
me do that
actor
again.
This?
So
oh, that's how you do it. Okay.
So, and then it went whew, all the way down there.
Yeah.
Sorry, people at home, I had to do it again for my players. So you are now arriving
What, Howard?
at Fort Nowhere.
Oh.
Are you fucking
It's clearly
kidding?
somewhere.
Yeah.
Clearly somewhere.
You fucking goddamn.
Hey.
Fort
All right,
where?
Fort Nowhere. It's Fort Nowhere.
Oh my god.
All right.
And then you have Fort somewhere, and then Fort everywhere. It's sister
Well,
forts.
Well, we'll find out another time. And as you disembark, you and the other mercenaries there see a small outfit of soldiers and a very well decorated looking gentleman who's like, attention! Very few people go to attention.
Yeah, Jimmy's like, I'm not a soldier anymore. You aren't my commander. No.
Welcome, maggots. To Fort Nowhere.
Not a maggot, a dwarf.
You're a maggot today, dwarf.
No, I'm not.
You just see the gentleman sigh. You see a couple of like the underling soldiers like just like sniggering and like trying to keep a straight face, and they're like also a bunch of mercenaries who are like outright chuckling. And the man is just like, one in every group. So,
Yep, and
I
I'm
have
the
been
one.
hired by Minuteman to see that you are properly prepared for the adventures you may face. To be prepared for loss and success alike to become mercenaries. All right, this
Been
is
there,
the point.
done that. Got the T-shirt.
All right,
Yeah,
this is
he's like,
the,
I'm a
this is the
I'm
point
a
where they
soldier.
normally clap. Did somebody?
know how, like-
did,
You know how when like something's really, really loud, you like close an eye, like holy crap. That's what Tui's doing. She's just like, what?
And Jimmy's like, I'm a soldier. I've know more than you.
all right, so it's gonna be one of these. All right, everyone, get in the damn fort, and that's where we're gonna end the
Okay.
session.
Oh, God, tell me for.
All right, thank you guys for
Hooray.
coming. So this was a lovely experience. I was glad to see a bunch of people here. In the audience as well. This was amazing. I have been writing this setting for so long, and it's nice to be able to like actually get it out there for people to see. So I'm gonna be putting all past and future live streams on the tube of you
And the tube.
and
Yeah.
stay on our Discord to find out when the next session is, because we are going to be running this a monthly. Because we are very busy people, and we want to give you content as soon as possible. So,
Yep.
stay
Join
tuned.
the Discord.
Join the Discord. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Look at the chat. Look at the chat. Or if you're in the tube of you, look below. There's no exclamation
Poor streamer.
to you.
Poor streamer.
I'm broke. I'm broke. We all know this.
I
Put it on the
thought you were
streamer.
Ian.
Anywho, thank you for joining. Join us next time for session 2 of Afterfall.
Next time being the what date?
Yeah, what day? Yeah.
The date of
Is it the
date-
15th?
So yeah, so we are going to do. Yeah, let's do
15th
the
or 22nd?
Yeah, because we
15th.
had to move it back this time. So let's do 15th. We'll firm up that date later. So 15th for you watching this. Check the Discord for further updates. If there's any emergencies or anything else, because life do be lifing.
Mm.
So, all right. So see you March 15th, 2025 for our continuance of this tale at Fort Nowhere with the most incompetent
Here, I'll wait for
staffs-
Moebius as well.
All right.
Yeah, he's.
All right.
We'll just wave while he does his outro. He's fine.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye.